Cancer, good morning. Welcome to this general Sun Moon Rising reading. You're watching Emrys Tarot, and it's a pleasure to be here. If you like my videos, please feel free to contact me using the email in the description box below. I'm shuffling the cards here, and I'll be more than happy to drop you a, excuse me, don't know what's going on there, but an itch I must scratch. Yeah, and I'll be more than happy to send you all the information. If you can't see the email readily, please click the more button. Here we go. What's going on for the sign of Cancer? Angel, spirits, guides. What's going on for the sign of Cancer? What's going on for the sign of Cancer? Well, there's an opportunity there. It seems you're closing one cycle and opening up another because of a new opportunity. There is an offer here to follow your heart, okay, whether this is in love or work. Now, this is a situation, the World card, more openness. Okay, this is something that is evolving slowly. Okay. I'm kind of getting here something happened at the beginning of the year for some of you. Okay. In fact, around the January full moon on the 13th, Cancer, something ended here and something's opening up, but it's evolving slowly. You certainly, whether this is an ex coming back or whether it is somebody new, there is a display of emotions here. I'm picking up for one of you an earnest plea, second chance, but something here kicked off for you at the beginning of the year. Somebody plucked up the strength and the courage to take an action of some kind. It probably caused you a lot of stress at the time. Okay, but it gave you a good indication that a past cycle was closing, new attitudes, new openness. The World card to me is all about freedom. Okay, even in a relationship, there's travel here. But around that January 13th, for a lot of you, something kicked off, right? Somebody took an action here. I've got a full moon, new moon chart here. This is what I'm looking at. Okay. Well, this world card is, sorry. Yeah, this world card, right? It's fire, it's kind of earth energy. All right, it's very grounded energy, and that means much more stability. That means things are moving much slower. All right. Wow. I'm kind of getting this as a complete reboot. All right, because the way I see this is you've got Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, right? And something kicked off, something happened, right? Somebody had the strength and the courage to come forward, but with a complete new attitude. So this is like winding back, not not winding back time, but winding back the energy and saying, okay, we got it wrong last time. Let's try and get it right this time with an entirely different energy. This is what I'm getting, right? Because around July the 24th, we've got here a new moon. New moons is beginnings. Okay. I'm kind of getting here. It's a beginning after an ending. There's a reboot here going on with you. All right. Yeah. There you go. Cancer energy, you are deciding. There's this earth energy. Somebody wants to build something with you. Somebody wants to focus on doing something with you. That's your energy, the Cancerian energy. This is like you're climbing back in that chariot and going back to the start, okay? You jump the gun, or somebody, I'm getting here, somebody jumped the gun energetically, right? You've got your victory, all right? You're now in control. The way this goes depends on you, entirely up to you, right? They could do any persuading they like, but you're getting control. Maybe they want control for a start, but the challenge is you retaining your control. All right, it's your decision. You've got your victory. There is some caution around this. There's some few things to be cleared up around the past, but there's a call in here. Okay, this is a final decision. This is making a final decision. There's no going back from this. That's the karmic energy. Once you decide this, you must decide to follow it through. And that's what the universe is saying anyway. This could be in work. With the pentacle energy here on getting finances are involved. There's a marriage involved. There's the legal issues involved. Okay. But there's a new life beckoning, totally different to the one you've been living. There's a search for compromise here. A bit of give and take. There's some powerful cards here. There's a lot of differences between you and this person that you want to be with or what you're moving forward. But, you know, whether this is in work, I'm picking up an entirely different environment. Yeah, here we've got this Eight of Wands. Yeah, at the time there was this very stuck energy. Things moved too quickly. There was a lot of passion. All right, there was a lot of talk. There was a lot of conversations, a lot of messages. And I'm kind of getting it burnt out. And it's all to do with this fire energy, this Leo energy. Okay. This is not forgetting about the past, but this is just saying, can we try this again? Hmm. I don't know whether it was you or this person, but where there was in the connection before, there was this refusal to let somebody in. It's like mental blocks were put up because of circumstances, right? Where you've got your wish, there's happiness there. There's a renewal, there's a regeneration. Okay, we've got Aquarius energy here with the star card. You've got your wish, and now you must choose. It's a very very emotional choice. The universe says, "I'll give you your wish," but it never promised it was going to be easy. Okay, it's like you've got to earn this. Whoa, the truth, revelations here with this Sun card, hidden energies. It's been gaining momentum quite recently. Okay, picking up as recently as 8 weeks, 8 months. This energy's been gaining momentum, but there was an action taken at the beginning of the year, and it's kicked off a chain of events. Well, this time you want stability. This time you want to avoid confrontation. There's a strategy built here. There's a totally different approach to this. You're trying to get your independence from something here financially. Like I say, this could be a place of work. Maybe you're waiting for a contract to run out. Maybe you'll have to buy yourself out of a contract. But there's a breaking of a bond here. On the relationships front, there's leaving a situation that you feel you've outgrown. Okay. Yeah, there it is. That decision. That's your energy. A fairly quick decision is needed on whether you want to instigate this and create a new life for yourself. I'm picking up this creation or recreation, building it from the ground up, starting again. But this time you want to do it right. There's a test of commitment here. You know, I'm kind of getting a lot of you are don't know what to commit to, but you know you must commit to something. All right, you're reconsidering, doing a lot of reconsideration here. You're looking for compromises, you're looking for solutions, not only to solve the financial problems, but to solve logistical problems. But this isn't work or career, but work and career or your relationships. I'm picking up an intuitive decision with this Two of Swords. Okay, one thing I must explain about karma at this point. You sitting there not making a decision, right? You've decided not to make a decision. You've decided to sit there. That's still a decision in the universe's eyes, okay? There will still be repercussions for that. You can't escape it. A decision not to make a decision is still a decision. Therefore, it comes with responsibility in taking consequences. Well, so this is, you're kind of pretty much trapped in that sense. Everybody is actually. All right. Yeah, there's an emotional choice here. There is love here, but with this love, second time around comes wisdom. You've gained wisdom. Right? So it's not only using your heart, it's using your head and experience. Right? It could well be that you're married, this person's married, whatever the mechanics of the situation is, this is an emotional decision. Ooh. Strength and the courage. Somebody here is trying to get the strength and the courage to come through, and it does mean sacrifices. Okay, imagination is running wild here, but there is a choice. If you're not happy with that choice, delay it. If you're happy with that choice, make it. That's what that's saying. But there will be consequences, both good and bad. But i.e., you're going to get faced with some decisions that will change the course of your life. Right, Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords. Something here has got to end. I'm kind of getting back to square one because we're back to this Leo energy. Right. Now, on July the 24th, all right, we have a new moon in Leo. That's new beginnings. But something must end. Somebody here is maybe going to feel betrayed, but there's this kind of, despite your feelings, cutting ties, going into something new. You may decide that whatever it is you'll do and your decision that you're making, you may decide to keep it under wraps until the relevant time. Okay, let's just pull a career card. The future, plan for the future while living in the present. That's kind of the energy I'm getting with this relationships thing as well. You know, don't leave your present situation where you're pretty much as certain as you can be, okay, and keeping things under wraps. You are always supported by spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring you prosperity, but you're going to have to make a decision. You're very psychic, so perhaps you would like a career, not necessarily as a tarot reader, but a spiritualist advisor. I'm getting some kind of advisor here. But you're being guided to do something new. Keep your old job in place because of finances, obviously. Then, once you've accumulated finances or set up this new business, maybe you'll want to buy or sell a property here or rent a property. But this is all about keeping things under wraps. Well, you're ready to make your move. Let's pull a relationships card. Let go of control issues. There's a lot of things outside of your control. Okay, the Empress did poke her nose through first, and that's all about creation. That's all about evolution. Now, as we know, evolution, the Darwin theory, everything happens in its own good time. It cannot be forced. Okay, this is a situation that must be allowed to unfold naturally. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to leave it there. Hope to see you next week.